Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a once successful abandoned pizzeria, a night security guard attempts to flee from the building but is captured and strapped to a torture device, which kills him. Sometime later, mall security guard Mike Schmidt is fired for assaulting a negligent father whom he mistook for a kidnapper. Mike's career counselor, Steve Raglan, offers him a job as a night guard at the pizzeria. Though initially reluctant, Mike accepts after social services threaten to take custody of his younger sister Abby and pass her to their estranged aunt, Jane, who desires the custody's monthly payments. During his first night on the job, Mike falls asleep and dreams about the kidnapping of his little brother, Garrett. He meets some children who also witness the crime, but flee when he approaches them. The following day, Jane hires a gang of vandals, which includes Abby's babysitter Max, to vandalize the pizzeria to get Mike fired and hasten Jane's custody of Abby. At Mike's shift that night, he meets police officer Vanessa Shelley, who explains that the building closed during the 1980s after some children were murdered there. Once Mike's shift ends and he leaves, the vandals break in, but the restaurant's animatronic mascots, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Mr. Cupcake, kill the entire group. Max's disappearance forces Mike to bring Abby along on his next shift, in which the animatronics befriend Abby and Mike discovers that they are possessed by the ghosts of the missing children, who consistently mention a yellow rabbit. On the fourth night, Abby is accidentally injured when she, Mike, and Vanessa are bonding with the animatronics. The next morning, Mike gets Jane to babysit a frustrated Abby as he goes back to the pizzeria and takes some sleeping pills. The children appear in his dream again and tell him that he can stay with Garrett forever in exchange for Abby. Mike initially accepts, but when he changes his mind, he is attacked. After being strapped to the torture device that killed the previous guard and narrowly escaping, Mike is cornered and injured by Foxy. Meanwhile, a damaged yellow Freddy animatronic, possessed by the leader of the children, kills Jane and takes Abby back to the pizzeria. Vanessa treats Mike's injuries and reveals that she is the daughter of William Afton, the serial killer who kidnapped and murdered Garrett and the other children. He hid their bodies in the animatronics, and now, their souls are under his control. Realizing that the animatronics plan to kill Abby and have her join them, Mike rushes to the pizzeria. The animatronics are defeated but are reactivated by Steve, who arrives wearing the yellow rabbit suit, and reveals himself to be William. Mike tries to incapacitate William, but is easily overpowered. Knowing the animatronics like drawings, Abby draws a picture of William murdering the children to free them from his influence and make them realize the truth. Vanessa attempts to stop William, but he stabs her. With Mike's help, Abby shows the drawing to the animatronics, who turn on William. Mr. Cupcake bites off part of William's suit, triggering its internal spring lock mechanisms, which fatally wound him. As the animatronics drag William away, Mike and Abby carry Vanessa out of the collapsing pizzeria, who later falls into a coma and is hospitalized. Shortly after, Mike and Abby reconcile and resume their normal lives. Back at the pizzeria, the leader of the children watches a dying William before leaving him to his fate. We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us. For many years we've been all alone. We're forced to be still and play the same songs we've known since that day. An imposter took our life away. Now we're stuck here to decay. Please let us get in. Don't lock us away. We're not like what you're thinking. We're poor little souls who have lost all control. And we're forced here to take that role. We've been all alone, stuck in our little zone since 1987. Join us, be our friend. Or just be stuck and defend. After all, you only got 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you want to be? I just don't get it. Why do you want to stay? 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you want to be? I just don't get it. Why do you want to stay? 5 nights at Freddy's. Oh, we're really quite surprised. We get to see you another night. You should have looked for another job. You should have said to this place goodbye. It's like there's so much more. Maybe you've been in this place before. We remember a face like yours. You seem acquainted with those doors. Please let us get in. Don't lock us away. We're not like what you're thinking. We're poor little souls who have lost all control. And we're forced here to take that role. We've been all alone, stuck in our little zone since 1987. Join us, be our friend. Or just be stuck and defend. After all, you only got 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you want to be? I just don't get it. Why do you want to stay? 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you want to be? I just don't get it. Why do you want to stay? 5 nights at Freddy's. Oh,